Hello and welcome. My name's Derek, and I sell physical media on eBay. I make videos about that. This is What's Up Video. Sometimes I take too long picking a song because there's quite a few to choose from in the free options. Something. Well, it's 6. It's going out, and I otherwise really wouldn't if the last one I'm going to show didn't sell. It would not be over 200. And I really wouldn't bother with the video. And also, this last one is a pretty nice DVD. But there's only 6, so it's going to be a pretty quick video. Find out what they are. C33. We have Bruce over here grumbling because he wants outside with it being at least the temperature is probably 0. Scratching at the door. All right, this Lorena McKennett, Book of Secrets. $17. Usually, Laura McKennett's not one that I would typically buy unless it's sealed or the deluxe editions, multi-editions, multi-discs, or the ones with the DVDs and stuff. Hold on. Bruce. What are you talking about, Bruce? Why are you all mad? Why are you mad, Bruce? Meow. Hey, look at the camera, Bruce. No, okay. Down you go. And in that opportune time, Rigby went past. He'd be sidestepping, so when Bruce came by, punched him in the face. That's why Rigby got his name Rigby. He likes to play punchies. Actually, that's more monkey. But they already had their names. C35. Anna Mora, looks like. Anna Mora. 15. You probably can't hear him, but I can. Bruce. Good book. Pinocchio. 16. I think I got this because they hold a value a little closer to 30. And this one does have some staining and wear. What I pay, don't remember. Did I lose money? No. Oh, gotta get a tape. T6. Grover Washington cassette. 18. And this Birdsall painting or watercolor or artist proof print. It's 85. So I sold that other one. Kind of catch up a little bit here. So I got a bunch of these, like 20 of them down at a Habitat for Humanity down in Randall, where I go to the Value World down there. The same Habitat where I got that Christian Dior autobiography that sold for, I don't remember, $150 or something, 180. When I first got them, I listed them all individually. A couple sold here and there. One sold for like 700 pretty quick. Some others in the little less than that range, and then a lot of them at 200 and under. And then eventually I put them all in a lot of like 10. And at that, I think it was like $2,000 or something. At that price, it would have been really good for just someone who just would want all of it. And it was up that way for maybe a year. And then whenever the date stamp is on these, um, I just went right outside and just put them outside. So I had plenty of that natural daylight. Got the pictures and listed a bunch of individually. And I don't know, I think that's maybe the fourth one that's sold. I don't think any have sold really higher end price yet, like 300 or more. But this is probably the third one since I've redone that. That maybe the fourth that is sold. And the last one I got a neutral feedback on because the woman didn't like the shape of the box that it was shipped in. I think wrote me as like, I see you have raving feedback and stuff. I'm just curious on why you would send the one I bought in the box of the shape that it's in, or something along those lines. I'm like, what the? It's the same way I've shipped all of them. You get, a cardboard box, and each part, each side is going to have, by the size of the boxes I have, it's going to be at least three layers on each side. What are you talking about? Can you show me a picture of what you're talking about? Because all these other people, haven't complained about it. Oh, yeah, so now I see that you're going to cock an attitude. Yeah, I am, because you're trying to make something that either I unknowingly did, but I didn't, or you're trying to find something to yammer about. So look for negative feedback. And I left her a message after that. I mean, if you know me, a really, really, really nice, kind message. I haven't heard from, well, she's blocked. But point is, I mean, it was a $100 print that gets sent the same way. The $700 one, I mean, I don't remember exactly how I packaged that one. That $700 one was probably this wide, maybe almost 32 inches wide, maybe this tall. So that took quite a bit of ingenuity to keep it from folding, but they got that just fine. D16. Oh, that kind of reminds me too of like those people that come in like, oh, that's not going to sell. Or because of the price you have it at, it's not going to sell. I'm like, well, I mean, if I just block you, like, oh, yeah, well, then your sales are going to go down because it's like, dude, you're one person who's already groveling about something you don't even have of mine yet. It's like, all right, so here's this DVD, D16. Drag Racing, 1986. NHRA, sealed, $72. So these I got a handful of ones of different years and different types and stories and stuff from actually Goodwill. I was just at actually I didn't even go to that one because it was getting like really, really cold. And it's strange because that one that I'm talking about where I got those at was one of those days that was really, really cold last year. It was like 0 degrees in the parking lot. But that same store, I got 7 or 8 of these of different variations, right? A couple of them have sold, a few of them holding on to, but this is where these really don't have much of a sale history for this price range, but the only ones listed are that, and there's no 90-day history really. So even if somebody goes into Terapeak, a potential buyer goes into Terapeak, but like they've never sold for that before. Past tense. If this particular car, there's only 10 of them made, and 9 of them have all sold for $10K, and someone has theirs listed for $30K because it's the only, pretty much the only other one, it's either you're not going to get the car or you're going to pay that $30K. Same principle. I think there's someone else listed, has one listed for like 80 something, maybe 90. So I don't do that for all the things that are like, oh, there's such a big discrepancy. Eventually, that will be something that I would look at if it just didn't sell in years. But if it's priced at that point, all it would do is just keep coming down. Most of the stuff that I eventually end up calling are things that have absolutely no sales history, or if they do, it's so few and has such little value, or the actual item just doesn't really hold much of any value. I'm not going to be like, oh, well, it's never sold in 3 years. I mean, I could probably keep it listed for $80, and the similar things, maybe not this exact one, things that are similar sell for pretty close around that, but this one never sold for $80. It's going in the trash. No, I'm just something like that. Just keep bringing the price down. And now cats are fighting because they can't go outside. And then they'll go upstairs and they'll all lay on the bed. They're like, I hate you. Oh, what's up, brother? So that is 6 for 223. Since I probably won't use a screenshot for the end. There's that. Not really the bet. I mean, I'll tell you right now, unless a couple massive things sell, payout's going to be probably the shortest it's been in 4 years. I mean, you can't go back that far, but I just know that a payout that's just a tad, as of right now, let alone shipping, just a tad. After shipping, it'd be probably just a tad at half of what even like a minimum payout should be. But who knows? There could be 3, higher end things that sell in between today and tomorrow. As for a Saturday morning, yeah, it's pretty low. But next week, it'll be a whole different story. And next week, and well, pretty much after that, after the weather breaks, and well, breaks, I'm saying even if a low is high 20s, I'm going out. But when it's 0 and much, much colder, to kind of piggyback off of what someone commented on, I think it was yesterday's video, and it's kind of nice to do what we do. If I don't have to go out, I'm not gonna. There are some resellers that do have to go out every single day, that they have that bug. They have to go out every single day. There's some that do have to go out every single day because that's on how they replenish their daily and so on and so forth. But in the scheme of what I do in me, if I don't have to go out in that, I'm not. But when the weather breaks, well, if you've been watching my channel long enough, you know there's plenty of routes I could take where there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus thrift stores, and that keep me busy all week. And then usually I'll do a couple during the week, and then just do a little spattering of the more local ones, 15, 20 minutes away, and then try to keep those longer routes on rotation. But I mean, let's see, I didn't go out quite as much in December because the holidays. So I'm trying not to add a whole lot before the holiday, let alone at the bigger sale. It's not going to be a big difference, but if I added 20,000 and then of all this new stuff in, if all of that 20,000 for December were to sell at the average rate of 10% off, and that's $2,000 that I let just kind of slip, run a sale. But I just don't add a whole lot around that time frame. I want to more focus on the self-similars and get the stuff I already have, keep that attention going on those, spend time with that stuff that I've had for longer, and move stuff out that way. So I wasn't really sourcing a whole lot, adding a whole lot in December. And then January came and it got cold again. And then a little bit later, the truck, the battery cable needed done, and a few other things needed done. So that got dropped off, and it didn't get tended to, I think, until like a week later. Well, it got dropped off the day before, but there's that time frame. And then after we get it back, I think there was 1 or 2 days when it was still fairly nice, and now for the past 4 or 5 days, it's like one little thing. I could it allots me to not have to be able to go out if I don't have to. Again, if you've been here for a while, you know that there's days I'll go out, and if I'm hitting those 4, 5, 6 stores, I'm coming back with 1,000, 12, 1,500, 2,000 on stuff. And make different piles and spend 18 seconds on this right here. Picture, move it over, put it down. There we go. Next, 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 next. Done. So, I'm going to resurface today because I got the VHS and the tapes listed. A DVD. A couple of the other ones need to be resurfaced. At least a 15-second spin. What else? I got a couple other things that were a couple CDs that were actually behind the box. I got those. Just a small, maybe like 15 things yesterday, and then took down like another 10, repriced those, so I had 25 for the day. If I know that it's going to be cold, and even if I had 40 things to get pictures of, I could do that 40 after video, after post, after packaging, get the pictures and have that 40 done by 2 o'clock. Well, I know I'm not going out. I could probably just split up what I have. The tape stuff goes one day. The CDs go another. The books will be tomorrow. Books will do another, and so on and so forth. So, although it's not 25, it's enough to where it's adding up a little bit here, breaking up what I already have into segments for each day while it's freezing. And then Monday, whatever. I mean, I'm going to have to pick one of these warmer, cold days to go out locally and just at least go hit a couple stores. All right, so that's going to wrap that one up. Like what you heard, like what you saw, like what you learned. I mean, every sale is a time. It's just a matter of timing, even if it's something that the information that I gave on this one that may not be absolutely 100% correct. I mean, and there may be a couple listed. There may be 5 that have sold in 3 years, but the principle is the same. It's like just because it's something that doesn't really sell a whole lot, and if you can't find any sort of value on that specific one, it's like selling, having something, a book signed by the author, but that book itself is only $5. That book title itself is only $5. Anything signed by the author is $100. They're like, well, the book title itself doesn't sell, so I don't want it. Look beyond the prima facie, right? What's in the primary facing. Look beyond that. Like, well, is there any other way how I can make money on this? Yep. All right. Somebody thinking going up, comment down below, subscribe, share, those all free. Appreciate it. Thank you.